should. Maybe we should.
I do like this token holder.
Yeah, there's some good stuff out there. There's some options. This is what I did.
I saw that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so pretty.
It is. It took Sunday and Monday to do because like this half of it took 12 hours and this half of it took 8 hours. And then there's pins inside that, I mean, you don't need them for anything other than just lining up, because there is a seam on here if you know where you're looking, like right there, there's a seam, but it's pretty decent. And the pins just are so you can guide the pieces together. I had to print 2 sets of pins because the first set of pins were just a little bit too girthy by 0.5 millimeter.
I do get tired of hearing that.
Yeah, just 0.5 millimeter too big.
Oops.
Damn. Just gonna shave that little bit off there.
Try to relax. It's gonna be fine. I'll talk you through it.
So yeah. And then I'm making another thing that I showed you guys, but I'm not going to mention because that might be a gift for an upcoming holiday.
Okay.
For mothers.
I don't know any of those.
I have one that I really appreciate because she's a big part of the reason that I have the 3D printers. So.
Such mystery, Tony.
So, yeah. How's it going, guys?
That's fine. Busy night. Just came from band concert.
Yeah. How did that go?
I mean, the Pattonville Jazz Band is really fantastic.
Well, good.
So I got to see them first, and then Reese's band went later, and they did a Russian march, which he was very excited about, but he was upset that they didn't let him play it Russian enough. All right. I'm not sure what that means, but he's probably right.
I was going to say we need to get Reese on here to give some feedback on what exactly not Russian enough means.
I mean, I think it means he beats up the Ukrainian kid who's also in the show.
Well, due to like some secret agreements, they get to take the Romanian kid's best instruments.
Anybody that doesn't hit their note right, they have to stand outside in the cold.
Deep cuts.
Jesus.
They've built an archipelago just for punishing those kids that didn't do it quite right. Yeah, I made a weird choice in high school because we had this unit where we could read whatever we wanted for like world literature, but like the girthier the tome, the more points you got. And I didn't want to read just a bunch of little things, so I read the Gulag Archipelago.
You tried to.
Well, man, I started reading that and I was like, I chose poorly, but it was that point when I'm 3/4 through the semester and I need to start, turning in progress reports about how I'm advancing through the book, and like it's too late to change now. So I powered through.
My assumption was that the teachers hadn't read the book either.
I should have made that assumption.
And I learned that in 2nd grade when I had convinced some other children that I had read the entirety of the Hardy Boys saga. And so when it came for book reports, they would bring to me one of the Hardy Boys books, and using the cover art, I would spin a tale for them.
And the thing is, were they the hardback blue books?
That's the ones.
Yeah. I mean, that cover art was pretty good, though. You probably got real close.
Yep.
I think where I may have gone wrong is I had written in an adventure grandma the Hardy grandma who went with them on adventures and would like hotwire motorcycles and stuff.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound right.
But they wrote all their book reports based on my stories
Mm-hmm.
and got good grades because they kept coming back for more.
Well,
Yep, that's all that matters.
I mean, did you get like, extra chocolate milk from them, or like what was the trade-off there? What was the economy of this situation?
That was the only way I had friends. That's exactly how it happened.
Okay.
It was
It went from a joke to really sad.
Did you ever go back and read the Hardy Boys books?
No,
Because I really liked them.
I may have missed out.
Maybe. It's like Supernatural, but neither of the main characters has any sex appeal. But the stories are, on average, better.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Wow.
Supernatural stories are mediocre at best.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's good, it's real good.
Yeah, first 5 seasons, there's a lot of good.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bad in those first 5 seasons, though.
Also true. Like
That first season, I don't know how they got past that first season.
I think they did one in like St. Genevieve with like a haunted truck or something. Like I didn't care for that.
Yep.
I've watched none of Supernatural. Like I just missed the boat on that one.
I am shocked, regularly shocked that there are Sam fans. Because I'm like, Dean is clearly the one to
A better brother.
Yeah. He's a better brother in every respect.
He's the dime. Mm-hmm. I mean, Supernatural does some clever stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's some real clever stuff in there. Like, you know what? Never mind. That's all spoiler shit.
I'm not gonna watch it, so it's
sure. I mean, there's some
spoil
clever...
me.
So there's a prophet, right? Because it's all like religious bullshit. There's a prophet, Chuck, who's writing this series of books called Supernatural, and it's the books of like episodes of the show. So they go to a convention for Supernatural, and there are people cosplaying them. And then later, probably the best episode that they've ever produced, and I will stand by it easy. They go to an all-girls school, which is doing a musical adaptation of the story.
Yes.
Wow.
It's like, so when it's good, it's real good.
Yeah.
I also love the Ghost Facers stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the like, which was so wild too, in a similar way, with that in parody. Oh, that was great.
Yeah,
they did some clever things. You're
the
right.
recursive parody is very good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So maybe just watch those episodes.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Those
tune into
episodes
one in the middle.
We've briefly described, but did not name.
Yeah, look that up. Watch those. Yeah. Post in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I've gotten an entire class of Psych 101 students to watch RRR.
That is the correct call.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very nice.
That's the correct call.
We, Julie and I we ran out of things that we were watching together. And so I got this like targeted thing on Netflix. They're like, you might like Physical 100. So we watched it. It is a Korean reality show that is based on they took the top 100 physical specimens of Korean culture, of like Korean celebrity. So it's YouTubers and bodybuilders and luge, like the luge competitors, ice climbers, like just MMA fighters.
One of these things doesn't belong.
Like competitive Overwatch.
One of them is a gigantic white baseball player. Like he's from the US, but he's clearly speaking Korean. Like his name is like, there's all these very Korean names, and then there's Dustin. And this dude, I think he's probably like 7'3", which next to normal, I really want there to be like 5 minutes during every episode where they give us some cultural context for some of the things that are being said and done. Like, I'm used to in sporting matches or even in reality shows where something happens and then they show a replay of the action, sometimes in slow-mo, but it's normally with music or with some kind of commentary. They don't replay the audio also, and like in a loop where they show it like 2 or 3 times in a row. So you're getting the same like, and just in a loop. It's the weirdest thing. Like,
I
and I'm
love
like,
that.
it is. It's
Right?
like we're watching it, and Julie's like, we don't have to keep watching this. And I was like, I kind of want to.
Don't we though?
I kind of really
Don't
want to.
we
Like,
really badly have to keep watching this?
you know, like in some of the reality shows that we watch, we kind of fast forward through. Like, I'm a big fan of BattleBots, but a
Sure.
2-hour episode of BattleBots I can get through in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I just fast forward through everything but the actual competition.
But the actual BattleBot.
Yeah, because that's all that matters. I don't want to fast forward through any of this. Like, it's just weird and fascinating to watch. Like, some of the language, some of the translations cannot be good. Like, they are not I think they may be doing some literal translations instead of translating for colloquialisms. Like, they keep calling people monster. Oh, he's such a monster.
Tony,
I'm like,
this is a man who has not watched a lot of anime over here.
No.
This
I
just
have not.
sounds like the last 20 years of
I
watching.
have not.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched anime. But yeah, we powered through and finished it last night. And it's like we watched it over the course of a couple of days, but these are episodes that are a hard hour.
Hard hour.
Well, there's no commercial breaks. It's not like it's an hour that's with cut commercials, so it's 45 minutes or anything. These are hour-long episodes, and the last one's an hour and a half. So it was good. By the end, we had favorites. We had people we were cheering for. Not that we knew their names, but it was like that big guy or the guy with the gray hair.
So Dustin was out. That's what I'm hearing.
Dustin made it pretty far. But there was one competition where it was like, yeah, he's not gonna make it through this one.
Just a small door.
Yeah. Yeah. That you have to walk through. You can't get on your knees.
Like a limbo, like a reverse limbo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched the weird international reality show that we watched is a bit of Old Enough. That's the one with the so I think it's Japanese, and they are little children, and they're doing stuff in the world.
Yeah, I have watched just a little bit of that. It's so wholesome.
Yep, they're gonna send like their 4-year-old to a grocery store that's a mile away. And the kids just on their own doing it.
Yeah.
Give the kids some money, like buy the noodles.
Old Enough does not sound like the name of anything wholesome whatsoever.
It does not.
You would not think that, but
I don't think that. You're even telling me that's not accurate, and I still think it.
That show is.
It was fun to watch.
You want a hard segue? You know what wasn't fun to watch?
Ouch.
Let's get into it. Hey, this is Tony.
Hey, this is Mitch.
And this is David.
We are the Backseat Producers. And tonight we're going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Boo!
And next week we're talking about My Year of Dick. Is that what we're going to talk about? Or are we going to talk about Tar? I don't know.
Or
I'm good either way.
Both?
Yeah.
Maybe.
With double feature.
Sure, why not?
Ronnie's looks like they're playing Tar on Monday. So I'd go see it. I'd go see it in the theater.
Sure.
Shouldn't be a lot of people there.
My year of Dictar.
It's like a centaur, but it's just like a dick on 4 legs.
Wait, so the human parts replaced with dick? And it's a horse body?
It's a horse body, but I feel like the body also has huge balls underneath it.
Sure.
But in addition to the normal centaur balls.
Right.
So 2 sets of balls.
Maybe the rear legs are balls.
There's so many
Oof.
dicks and balls on in the 3D printing websites. Actually, it's most specifically it's Cults 3D, just because that one's pretty loose with what they'll allow on the site, because they also have a safe filter. Like Thingiverse, you're not going to see much of that, but Cults 3D, it's there. It's all there.
I think the last 3 months I've probably gotten 20 dicks just as presents.
Yeah.
I guess that's what my life is now.
Well, people know you.
I have quite the collection of genitals.
It's your year of dick. All right, David, what did you think of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
It was a bad movie.
All right, Mitch, what did you think?
I didn't hate it. There's lots of things that I enjoyed about the movie. So for me, it's like a middle of the pack Marvel film.
I'm right there with you. The longer I think about it, the more problems I find in it. Like when I was watching it, I was along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
But then after the fact, it was like, man, there's things about this that just don't hold up at all.
Mm-hmm.
But in the moment, it was fine. It was I saw reviews that called this the MCU's Star Wars.
Oh,
I mean, they cribbed huge. They cribbed a lot of Empire.
Is that what we're going with?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know.
That whole sequence when they show up in the quantum universe, and it's them landing on Cloud City.
Yeah.
What? That's a stretch.
She gets into the fight with the friend, the friend not friend, and then they meet the person that betrays them. That's now the mayor of the place. Like, there was a lot of. I don't think it's that rough of a stretch.
I mean, yeah, maybe just on like the surface, but I just think the way they do all of that it's really quick here. Empire, this is a real big long, like a whole thing. You build these relationships and stuff. This is like done
because it feels like Empire has a point.
Yeah. It's like maybe it's the Cliff Notes of Empire. Like maybe if someone had only ever experienced Empire as a Wikipedia entry.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And then they wrote this from that.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. All right. It's the Empire from Wish. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wish Empire. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I actually don't know where to begin with how bad this movie is. But I guess I could tell you about it, but I will elect not to, because that was the central theme of the movie for the first half.
Yeah.
And you know what's real annoying? That.
Yeah.
Not obscuring things like narratively or like with action sequences, but literal dialogue that just says, I won't tell you what's going on for literally no reason.
Right.
That is obnoxious as fuck.
They're even doing like a cross-country hike. A perfect time to bring people up to speed with no reason to hide that information.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah, there was none
whatsoever.
There was absolutely no reason to hide it.
There was no reason for her not to have said anything in the last 5 years that she's been out of the quantum zone. Just no reason whatsoever. Hey, life was real rough down there. There's this dude who's problematic. And she makes it sound like she did all this horrible shit, and it's like, like this dude was taking shit over. I helped him fix his ship. Turns out he was an asshole. So then I fought against him as a guerrilla fighter. I don't know. That seems like a normal story from
Yeah.
which you would derive no shame.
Yeah, the reason she felt bad about it was weird. Like it didn't make a lot of sense.
Is like abandonment. Like I went back to the big world. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I went back to my family.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, like if you're gonna walk away, that's fine. That's fine reason.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yep. So I don't know, that part of the story was also nonsensical. Like just we need to fill 2.5 hours.
That was there was two big problems for the movie in the story. That was one of them for me.
Mhm.
And the other one for me was why once he had captured Scott and Cassie with their suits, with their Pym particle discs, why didn't he just say they're mine now and leave them in the jail? Like there was no reason. Like there was zero reason for him to capture them and make them do it.
I feel like I agree with you. However, I do think that the entire like the reality splitting of Ant-Man that happens in the core, I think that might have actually been a problem for him. Right? Because
It
he's met so
might
many
have been.
multiversal versions of himself that like I feel like that might have actually been like I'm actually fine with the way that
Mhm.
What needed to happen, there needed to be like a secondary like a peon for him to boss around, Kang to boss around. And it's like, hey, we've got these things. Why don't you just take them and do them? There's a problem. I can't do that. Like just
sure, yeah, just some dialogue that
a
hand
line of
waves-
dialogue. You know, if there
hand
was a
waves it away.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, because
Well,
it's a big problem. Like in the moment, I was fine with it because I didn't see it as a problem. But like the longer I sat with it, it was like, wait a minute, why didn't he just take it and then give it to one of his minions that he controls?
I think he'd also have to take off his current power suit.
right.
And it feels like his current power suit was like the suit that he wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't do this to MODOK anymore because of what happened to him.
Oh, fucking MODOK. You know, I kept forgetting about MODOK. I keep blocking him. Like I knew he was going to be in the movie,
Yeah.
and then I forgot.
Mm.
And then I saw Corey Stahl's name in the credits, and I'm like, God damn it! And then I forgot again.
Oh
Then
god, it was so bad.
Then they showed like you could see it's coming, and they even said the whatever the acronym is,
Mm-hmm.
the mechanism
only
designed.
Mechanical organism designed
something.
only for killing.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
MODOK?
Oh my god! Like
Whew.
I have for decades hated MODOK. Like I don't like the look of the character in the comic book. On a flat page, it offends me. It offends every sense I have. And then to see that fucking thing in 3D,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even 3D. It was but like as a rendered object.
Mm-hmm.
No, like they said the name and I'm like, God damn it. You reminded me that this thing's coming again. And then he'd show up and then he'd leave and then I'd forget about him and then he'd show up again. Like my brain selectively shuts off fucking MODOK. I forgot about him until you mention him again.
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, I hate MODOK.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a dick.
Died in Avenger.
Yeah, I think like the
that sequence is actually pretty
that
funny.
sequence was actually really. He's got his hand on his face.
There was.
Just take my little hand.
It was like the director and the writers, like, they had moments of this movie that they really wanted to get to. They wanted that. They wanted
Good.
the multiversal split Scott Langs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was
They
a good
wanted-
moment.
That
Which
was
I actually
cool.
like that.
And I
Yeah.
really loved the Baskin Robbins guy.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
was really
yeah.
funny.
So like that was fine. Yeah.
Like, those moments were really good.
Yeah, I'll give some leeway. It's a Marvel movie, so if Ant-Man has to go do this dumb thing in a place that splits him and does a million Ant-Mans split, okay.
Sure.
You don't like the explanation of why we have to get there is fine. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to sell me real hard on it. It's just the thing we want to do here.
Mm-hmm. I thought, like, the beginning bits where she's not telling them and then not telling them and then like tripling down on not telling them. I felt like I was already watching the like cinema sins of this because then they cap it off with the meet a stranger fake fight. I mean, this is like such a tropey like thing that I was quite annoyed by that the first third of trying to get us to like what's coming next.
Yeah.
I also midway through here, I was like questioning whether or not I've just gotten too old for movies because like absolutely all of this movie was CGI bullshit. Like this basically could have been them in a cartoon and it would have been like the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
is that just what we're doing now? Like I get it, it's cheaper. Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess to me, like some of that, like another problem with the movie was the problem that the MCU has is that they sort of ruined Earth as a setting because it's like so different from our Earth now. Like what they're like some years ahead. They've got a celestial emerging from one side of the planet, like the blip. Like they've done all these things, and they tried to talk about it a little bit in what Falcon and Winter Soldier about what the state of the world is, but I actually don't know. They just sort of ignored it for She-Hulk, which is great. But like
they mentioned a little bit for Hawkeye too.
Yeah, right.
It's a little bit there.
But like, so we can't do Ant-Man on Earth because I have no idea what Earth is like now. So we do Ant-Man in the quantum realm, and so yeah, it's all going to be CGI, right?
Well, and
some of
that
it
could
looked
be
cool.
That could be just as much because the filmmakers didn't know what the status of Earth was for them to set it there. Like, well, we need to know about certain things, and it's like, well, you can't.
Yeah.
Like they're keeping it from some of their filmmakers. It seems like also.
Well, and I guess like one of the things I liked about Marvel Comics is it always felt like here, right? It did seem like a real Earth with also superheroes.
Right.
And now this seems like not that. And so we spend a lot of time doing cosmic stories or what might as well as be cosmic stories in the quantum realm or whatever. And I don't know, connect with those as well. They're funny. They've been fun. Those Guardians movies, Ragnarok, these were fun movies. But
but like they're very nonsensical and forgettable. Like just
well, there's also
good movies.
There's no stakes to it either. Like there was no stakes.
Yeah, I mean they haven't been able to pull stakes since Thanos. Like realistically, I mean, like the best stakes they pulled were She-Hulk
because
She-Hulk's
they limited the stakes.
Yeah,
but there were stakes, but it wasn't huge. Like the stakes were, will she get laid? Okay, but you know what? That's relatable. Like you know, that's not ground. You know, it's not something that no one can get. Like that's been a complaint of Julie's for a while. She's like, I just want this multiverse bullshit over. Like I have a hard time following it.
Yeah, and it's also weird because it hasn't begun.
Not in this timeline.
Oh.
It's also like this is another cardinal fucking sin of comic book storytelling that now we fully get in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's that people can die and it is immaterial. Like they kill Kang at the end of this thing, and it's like,
or do they?
Yeah, or do they?
Or did he just go into another deeper version of the quantum realm? Maybe that's when they go to the microverse. So we'll get the Micronauts. We won't.
No,
We
I think
won't
there's
because
some
they don't own the
IP
rights.
problem.
Yeah.
I read
that is the
Micronauts back
worst.
in
I
the
didn't
day.
even know that existed, and now I
did too.
feel worse.
Micronauts were just toys. It was just toys that Marvel got the licensing to make comics. That's all it was.
Sure.
So they did spend a lot of time explaining multiverse bullshit, which was a lot of talking. But at least it was like what Jonathan Majors doing that talking. So
Yeah, that's the problem. Jonathan Majors, he's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that whole stadium full of Jonathan Majors, I was really in for.
Yeah.
So I'll stick around for him to explain the multiverse. But I'm like, I've already seen Rick and Morty. I know how this works.
Yeah.
Your Council of Ricks, Kangs, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like once that comes full circle, right? When Rick and Morty does a parody of the Council of Kangs, like this is going to be great. Let's feed each other
Endlessly.
Or the in the comic books, there's a Council of Reeds, but we don't have Reed yet. So
we had
only
him for
one.
A minute.
We had him for a minute, yeah, until he turned into spaghetti. But
hey, it happens sometimes.
Sure.
What are you gonna do?
Spaghettification.
What are you gonna do? So I don't know. I don't know why Bill Murray was in this movie. I mean, I don't like Bill Murray. I don't like seeing his face, but also he was pointlessly in this movie.
I think many folks.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I did like how they got rid of him. Like he took that drink with that critter in it, and then he made that critter big, and it still looked adorable as it was just murdering everything. That was good. I did enjoy that sequence. Like that felt like another sequence that they knew they wanted that beat in the movie.
Yeah, they wanted Bill Murray in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why.
Like weird, cute aliens, like the guy with no holes.
I actually feel like Bill Murray said, "I want to be in a Marvel movie," and then what are they going to tell him? No.
Right.
I feel like he's like, well, everyone else is in one. I want to be in one. He's like, I don't want any long-term shit though.
Well, it could have been after the bad press that he got on whatever that one. Was it a Kumail Nanjiani movie? Was it him I'm thinking of? Something happened, and I thought it was Bill Murray. Got this? He did some things and got a movie shut down, basically. Yeah. I don't remember the details of it. And it could have been this could have been in the works well before that. I don't know. But this could have literally been anybody.
Yeah. So that entire sequence could have gone away. Like it added nothing to the movie.
It would have been better if it wasn't somebody that just looked human.
Weird.
This dude that what happened?
Oh no, you can see my sides. Oh, phew.
Yeah, I don't know why there were so many human people.
No.
It's because I feel like what happened was they were like, this is too alien now.
Could be.
So we got to pull it back. So we'll get the dude from The Good Place. We'll get Bill Murray. We got Kang. That's humanish.
Sure.
And Paul Rudd is all of humanity.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is the average human.
There was a moment in this movie that Paul Rudd aged. Like because because he doesn't. He does not look like he's aged in like 30 years.
Yeah.
There was a moment at the end of the movie when he's walking and he's doing the walking and monologue, the voiceover monologue, and he comes to the realization that he might have fucked up. This might have been a problem. And he gets this look on his face. That look on his face, like, swear to Christ, he looked like he aged like 15 to 20 years in a moment. He just looked older. And then he started smiling and it all went away. It was the most bizarre thing. Like, that felt like more special effects than like, because I've never seen him look like he aged that much. It was weird.
Well, it's his radiant smile blinds
Yeah.
you to his age normally.
Right.
I actually really liked that sequence there because that sequence was a theme they kept revisiting through the entire movie. Like, a character comes to a realization that something is deeply amiss and then immediately ignores it. But like very explicitly ignores it. Like
Yeah.
everything Cassie did was that. She's like,
Mhm.
you should be a hero instead of what you're doing. These are the ways you could actually be affecting systemic change, and then ignores it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but don't do that. And
Mhm.
then what's his face is like, yeah, these ants are communists. And they were like, stop that talk, buddy.
Oof. That was another moment where, like, oh yeah, and the ants went through time differently.
Oof.
Oh, okay.
I had forgotten, much like Tony and MODOK, I had forgotten the ant thing. But the ant thing was bad.
Mm-hmm.
One, I hate ants. I have ants in my kitchen right now, and it's a fucking nightmare. I hate ants.
I think that's forever.
I got rid of them at my old house, but I had to rip out almost like 6 foot of the backyard
Oh no.
away from my house. It was.
Oh,
I mean, I just hired people to do it. Come on.
I had
Oh,
liquid
yeah.
traps.
Right. Good point.
No, the
We get
liquid
them
traps
about every
don't
year.
work.
About every 2 years, we get them back, and oh yeah, they work for us.
Just spray
No.
sugar on my neighbor's house.
The problem with the liquid
That's
traps
valid.
is they don't work. It's just the ants are only there for like 2 months. So they don't work for those 2 months, and then the ants just go away, and you're like, oh, look, the traps work. I'm on to you, Taro. I've studied the enemy.
It's interesting too how the MCU has taken some of the there's some core character flaws that are built into some of the heroes, and they've hand waved a lot of it away. Like Tony Stark's drinking problem. Like, they show him with a drink every now and then, but they've hand waved it away and they turned it into like that PTSD that he had after Avengers, which, I mean, that was kind of that kind of worked. Also, you only see him in movies, so it'd be pretty hard to, I think, really establish a drinking problem for a hero in that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Hank Pym is an abuser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
they hardly show him beating his wife in this.
yeah,
It's weird.
they almost never show him smacking Janet around. What the hell? Come on.
This is a
But
Disney
you know what's
movie.
really funny? What's really funny is all of the dude bros who the you know the neck beards here that geek out about comic books, and yeah, right.
Right.
They geek out about the, oh, they're changing so much from the comic books. None of them seem to have a problem with them dropping some of those storylines from
I feel like those guys would be real excited to watch Hank Pym beat his wife.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, in the comic books, Janet just didn't disappear for 30 years, so she was the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, it feels like that is ignoring those things is the same way that they ignore the deep societal problems of them being superheroes just in general. Like Tony Stark's tower. This is unnecessary. This is an unnecessary thing for you to have.
I mean, but how many Trump towers do we have? I mean, and he's not a superhero.
Are you comparing Trump to a superhero? Yeah.
No, I'm comparing Tony Stark to a rich person.
All right.
A rich person who got his start based on dad's technology and money and
selling arms.
Sure.
I feel like they've got the big problems, but they do not want to engage with any serious topic on that front whatsoever.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So they just want to pop out the daddy issues, just roll them on out, flirt with any sort of meaning, and then get back to their animated backgrounds.
Sure. It's unfortunate. This could have been like they keep flirting with all the ways they could introduce some of the things that should be coming but aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have very easily teased Fantastic Four coming in through the quantum. I don't know. It's just
make it a
bizarre
cloud
to me. Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Make it a cloud because everything's in the cloud now, Tony.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to make Galactus a cloud again, please.
That's fine.
Galactus.
Ooh.
What is astounding to me, not only all of that, whatever bullshit they're talking about, but like, I like to read the comments from like other nerds because Facebook just shows me some shit about movies. Like now it's the Quantumania, like this like minute tracker Rotten Tomatoes score is on it.
Oh.
And like I like to click through the comments on that just to see what like random nerds feel like they have to like comment on some clickbait Facebook article. Like I just like to see what these nerds have to get out about it. And it's like these overwhelmingly positive reviews. And it's like, did you watch the movie? But you couldn't have watched it because this movie was not good. There were elements of this movie that were fine, but on the whole, this was a bad movie.
Yeah.
It suffers for the MCU-ness of it, like most of them do, right? Of all the time we have to spend explaining shit that doesn't matter for this movie. I don't like that. But Quantumania looked pretty. I loved the bit where I like the bit where there's a million Ant-Men, all and like when they focus on Cassie, they all come together and everything. I was all, I was like, oh, that's a moment. Yeah, like that.
We had a scene you knew was written beforehand. They wanted to do.
And work backwards from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they knew they wanted.
They had like 4 or 5 of those, and then they got notes from like the entire arc designer. They're like, you have to have this in here, you have to have this in here, and then they wanted to do like 4 or 5 scenes, and then they badly filled in the rest of it. Just like built up some landfill.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know what to put in there. Like, well, have you tried MODOK? That'll fill some screen time.
I'm really glad that they appear to have killed MODOK because I don't want to see. I don't want to see him again.
They've killed this iteration.
Yeah, I know.
There's a Kang out there somewhere who's married to MODOK.
Well, sure. There's a Cassie out there that's married to MODOK, probably. That she took that abuse and internalized it, and like from being attacked as a 6-year-old when that adult man came into her room, and now he's MODOK, and I don't know.
One of the things I do like about MODOK is that they were like, we could probably make his face not terrible, but we're not gonna. We're just gonna fuck it. This looks like 2002 CGI. Just fuck it. Let's do it.
I mean, like someone just went stretch and like, oh, should we clean that up? Like,
No,
that's
no,
good.
no, because
No,
because
man.
that's you know what, that was the most MODOK they could have made. Like it looks like MODOK looks like in the comic books. Like that was a comic accurate MODOK. That's that's both the good and the bad of it. It looks
had Patton Oswalt.
Yes. Well, to get Patton Oswalt, because I did like Patton Oswalt's MODOK cartoon, it made me laugh.
I didn't watch it. I on purpose didn't.
But I think they got Patton Oswalt back as Puck. Is that what he's doing?
He
He was in like the Eternals
Pip.
after credits.
Pip the Troll.
Pip. That's it. Pip.
I do not remember.
We got some after credits on this one.
Yep.
To tease up
Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna enjoy watching those guys do things together.
Yeah.
I like their chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Loki up until the last episode, which was a fine last episode. It just didn't like fit with the rest of the show.
Yep. But it's not the multiverse.
Ugh.
The problem with the last episode of Loki was they teased that it was a season long. It was a complete season. And like 5 minutes into that episode, you're like, this is not going to end. This is not going to be an ending.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I heard for you that you haven't mentioned last week with Marvel TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the first one. Well, that was the second one, wasn't it?
Or
It was the
third one?
Was it?
Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, then Loki.
It was Wanda, then
WandaVision
Falcon,
first,
and then Loki.
Yeah.
I felt like Falcon and Winter Soldier was complete in what they in the story they were trying to tell. Like I didn't feel like that was an incomplete story.
I didn't enjoy it.
I did,
but I do think that it was on the better end of the Marvel TV show spectrum.
I did
because
enjoy
WandaVision shits the bed like 3/4 of the way through, and I am also still fucking pissed about the goddamn interview where he's like, "There's a special cameo at the end," and then I had to listen to you and Luke like Marvel craft for like 40 fucking hours about who it could be, and then in the end, it was just a dumb joke.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. Yeah, the
Gotcha.
the story crafting we did on that is the stuff of fucking legend. Like
Just so
every
much.
week we would just craft like what every nuance and detail meant.
Just
Like,
so much.
oh my god, it was
Just too much.
but we did learn our lesson after that because it didn't happen much more.
It didn't happen in any of the other ones. It didn't happen in any other ones. What WandaVision, they have a song. It was Agatha all along, but it wasn't Agatha. They wrote a song that's wrong.
I would like to see this Agatha series coming out because she's great. Catherine Hahn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, now they've
that's how they
announced
get you.
now they've announced another series too, Vision Quest.
No.
The White Vision, like it's the hunt for the White Vision.
Can we not say White
That's
Vision?
that's a bad.
I feel like that's not the good name for this guy.
That's bad. That's
Mm.
that's not. All parts of that are bad.
But
You gotta-
but it's literally white.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All
it
parts
is
of
true.
that are bad, separately and together.
Tell you what, I'll stop calling him White Vision as soon as we can just start calling him the Panther.
No, let's not do that either. That sounds awful.
Are we gonna say that all Panthers matter? Is that what's happened? This is the wrong month for that shit, Tony. Oh.
Well, why can't there be a White Panther?
No.
I did not say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
But that'll just be that's another like death that didn't matter.
And did they like final episode Star Wars it at the end They came.
Meaning?
Oh, they send out the signal to like incite
Oh,
the rebellion to show up, and then they're like,
Oh yeah.
they came. Oh fucking Christ! What are we doing here? And then everybody who showed up, it was meaningless because of the ants anyway.
hmm
mhm.
Right.
Ugh.
We didn't need the ants because of that.
Ugh.
Well, also it's the thing. I mean, it's kind of like complaining about him not just taking their Pym particle suits and doing it himself, but it's because he comes out and he just like lasers everyone dead, like everyone's dying, and then Ant-Man shows up. He's like, "Well, I'll just fight you regular style."
Yeah. Yeah, like the lasers. I mean, he hit him with the lasers and he didn't just die.
Yeah, hero armor, guys. Come on.
He shrinks down the lasers with Pym power.
Sure.
Also,
Fuck it.
it, and you know, maybe there is a reason for it, but is the Pym particle like unique? Like no one else can like duplicate this?
Apparently.
Or is there just like one like finite amount of the like? Or can he manufacture more? Because if he can manufacture more,
Yeah,
like, why
then we
can't
can start going back in time and shit.
I mean, Hank Pym's power is that he's got like the ultimate copyright and trademark on Pym particles that
Okay,
Got it.
nobody
alright,
else
there
can
it
make
is.
them. That's
That's
his
it.
superpower.
Mhm.
That's the superpower here.
Oh, so he's big pharma. I got it.
Yeah.
So there isn't like a generic Pym particle that's come
No.
out.
Right.
No.
Try these Pym particles. They almost work. A little extra.
They
I'm just-
almost shrink the entirety of your body.
You know that somebody's going to use it for penis enlargement.
Sure.
It's going to happen. It's going to be tragic.
That feels like a missed opportunity for a joke in this movie.
Yeah. That's where you need Deadpool to meet like Ant-Man. Like, oh, can you just selectively grow parts of your body?
Oh my god. Mech.
What in the hell just happened? It did it again.
You need that mechanized organism designed only for fucking. A Modoff. All dick, no face.
Oh. Oh.
Tune in for that. It's gonna be at the
Cassie
MCX.
Lang has a dumb face.
Ouch.
Wow.
She just has a dumb face. Like she just got like this slack-jawed, vacant expression that she wears the entire movie, and I don't know if that was acting or what, but like I don't know what was going on with that. Like, it might be because she's just in a room with a blue screen and has like literally nothing to engage with, or like, but
That might be it.
she
That
hasn't
could be it.
been Cassie in previous films, right?
No.
They've had
No.
different actors for that.
The it was a child
well,
Yeah,
they also recast
previously.
the adulter one too.
yeah, because there's an adulter one in Infinity War after post Blip.
Yeah, Infinity War.
Yeah.
When he comes back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they recast that, and I don't think they told that chick until they announced the casting for the next movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoops. So there was one more thing that I noticed that I never realized. I felt like somebody, like, once I saw it on the screen, like, it was like, duh, why didn't they use this in the marketing? And it was during the closing, it was as they did the closing credits, you saw Ant-Man come up and the word Quantumania came up around Ant-Man, and the fact that Ant-Man is in the word Quantumania, and it never dawned on me. It
Mhm.
was like you could easily have made that part of the marketing. Like, just the highlight those letters in there. Like, I saw that on the screen right at the end and I was like, why didn't they use this before? Like,
Well, and they never say Giant Man
right.
for him getting big, which I'm always ready for. Although I also thought like Wasn't that a thing? Like it's difficult to get to be Giant Man,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But like Cassie was able to nail it pretty quick. Is it because they're actually still tiny?
But she passed out also.
Yeah.
At the end of it, she did pass. Like it did.
You're right.
It did
That's
hit her.
true.
But he's not giant. He's just
Right.
less small.
He's less
Right.
teensy right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's all kinds of trouble with that. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of weird
Like what's he breathing?
sciencey stuff that goes around all of that.
Mm-hmm. But good thing they had that goo. How did Cassie have time? Like I thought they were walking together.
Yeah.
And then suddenly she's like, "No, drink the goo."
Yeah.
And then there's a whole ritual that happens next. Like, what? Did she already go?
Yeah.
Did she also pass through time like the ants? Like, what is happening here?
That's where she lost her face. Ko the face stealer.
Holy shit! That was somebody cribbing Princess Leia meeting up with the Ewoks. Guys,
they're just gonna.
I'm with them. That's my dad. Like, no, don't eat them. They're my friends.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, Star Wars is gonna sue.
Oh,
I guess not.
Oh.
Just tell all those stories again and again, which makes sense. That's what we do anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean you could probably just copy and paste that to the last 4 Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next one's Guardians 3.
Okay. I've enjoyed the Guardians movies, but it's the same problem, right? There's gonna be nothing like the stakes are gonna be the biggest trouble. It's probably fun, but what's it gonna mean? I'm also getting kind of sick of Chris Pratt.
Yeah. That's the last one. So hopefully he goes away.
It looks like there's a lot of Rocket, who I think is objectively the best Guardian.
Yeah.
I mean, because Batista's not coming back. He's done.
No, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. And well, I enjoyed the holiday special.
Yeah, that was fun.
Watch it.
It was a lot of fun.
I do think the guy in a suit version of Groot is not fun to watch.
You know what? That was not a guy in a suit.
That was a CGI Groot?
Yep. Because I thought the same thing and looked it up. And it's like, nope, that was not a guy in a suit. I'm like, why not?
What was the point of it then?
Right.
Just make him look like Groot again. I don't like.
The only thing I can think of is the reason you have him looking like that is so you can have a Groot that you have on screen that looks like a Groot that you can have walking around Disney.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Oh, you're probably right. That sucks.
And then you put an animatronic Rocket on his shoulder.
Oh my
God. Oh, we're back.
What?
This is going great.
Are you guys seeing this too?
Yeah. It's happening.
Like that it keeps changing the layout.
Yeah, for me it's always accompanied with one of these deals.
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening there, Tony?
Tony died. Oh, Tony died. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my God, I see Gritty in the background.
Yes, we get this wider view of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, double Tony.
Double me? There's
It's
two
like
of me.
Christmas.
That's weird. I only see one of me.
Oh yeah.
Well, the other black box is just a spinning circle.
Oh well, there we go.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's an improvement. I feel like it's a bit of an improvement. It's
we're having.
What's weird is I don't see that. I just see the three of us.
No, we're having some Quantumania here.
We are.
This is a multiversal Tony.
This is Disney who owns StreamYard.
Yeah, they just bought StreamYard. They got pissed off that we're talking bad about them. Kevin Feige's like, fuck those guys. Fuck
Yeah,
those backseat producers. We're going to show them.
Oh my
he's
god.
logging in right now. The Rotten Tomatoes score is real high.
Oh man. But even with all the trouble this had, I liked it better than Ant-Man 2. Because I did not care for Ant-Man 2.
I
didn't mind
not
Ant-Man 2.
remember Ant-Man 2.
That is the problem with it. Like they had the Wasp in it, and I think totally wasted her. Like all
And
she
Ghost.
did. Like Wasp won one fight, but it was in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good look. And all she mainly did was confirm that male characters said the right things. Like Lawrence Fishburne's like, hey, we can science to find these science baddies. And she's like, yep, that should work. That was her main job.
And they really did sideline her this time too. Which I mean, Evangeline Lilly's also not a great person. She's like anti-vaxxer and all that. Yeah.
I mean, so was the chick from Black Panther.
Yeah, that was bad too.
The science chick from Black Panther.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the thing: they're just actors.
They are.
You mean she's not a scientist?
Clearly not.
Wow, Tony, you just live in a world without wonder, don't you?
And they could have done so much more with Wasp 1 and Wasp 2 in this movie, doing things. And really.
Well, yeah, especially with, I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer is a really good actor. And I mean, all she did was say, no, I don't want to tell you that now.
Yeah.
But she did act like there was a reason.
Yeah. I can't tell you the last time I've seen Michael Douglas, like, in a comedic role, though. Like, he actually seemed to be having a good time with the shit he was doing. That seemed like a lot of fun.
I mean, it just feels like easy money to me.
I guess what?
Sure.
Falling down? That's hilarious. He was
falling down and the goo and the driving with the goo. That was fun.
Oh no, wait, I was thinking
you was talking about the movie Falling Down.
Oh, Falling Down, yeah. No, that was not comedic.
Oh,
that was not
the way he did it.
Well,
or The Game, is that also him?
That's him. Yep.
Yeah. Anytime he's angry on screen, it reads very funny to me.
You did just see him in something too.
Was it Ant-Man? Quantumania?
No.
Romancing the Stone?
Oh, come on.
No, there was a foreign movie we just saw him in.
Oh yeah, the Animal World.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
Animal World. Did I skip this episode?
I think you did.
Maybe.
Sounds like me.
What's the rock, paper, scissors card game?
Yeah. I think you might have.
I must have.
Because I wanted to talk to you about like the logistics of that game. Because the logistics of the game were actually really kind of interesting. The way they broke down the statistical read on how people would use their cards, and
that's fun. And I guess there's another one on the way.
Another Animal World on the way.
Yeah. I think Animal World 2. Animalier.
Nice. You guys did it on July 20th? I wonder what I was doing. Maybe I just didn't want to do it.
Well, that could have been it.
I feel like that a lot.
I mean, that tracks. That sounds like you.
It does sound like me.
Were you moving? No, you weren't. You moved later than that.
Yeah, I moved later than that. Was I having surgery?
Oh, maybe.
Might have been it.
I mean, I don't know anything on my calendar. I don't know anything on my calendar, so
yeah. I got nothing else.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about this movie because it was bad. Ugh.
I have a hard time calling it bad. That it had script problems.
The script is the whole movie.
The script is not the whole movie.
The script is the only feature of the movie that is the entire way through.
This Paul read the whole way through.
Paul Rudd wasn't in every scene, but the script was.
The script wasn't every scene. Got me there.
Lighting, sound design, also in every scene.
Also not great. Is there still lighting in CGI? I don't think there is.
It's just digital.
Yeah, there
They
is.
still got to light the people when they're filming them in front of it, right? It's not all mocap.
It's hard for me to tell anymore.
Had to get the lighting right on MODOK's face.
What do you think that pitch is like to that actor dude? Hey, we want to stretch your face and basically just zoom in real close on your forehead and then have you talk.
I'm sure the pitch was more like, here's the contract that you signed.
Yeah.
Or maybe let's
we still own you for.
Maybe do it as a percentage, right? You're gonna have like 80% close-ups on your face, right? There's like 40% of your face is on the screen, or you know what I mean? Maybe they do it that way. And he's like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I do like a lot of my face on the screen."
Well, oh wait, you mean I don't have to work out? I don't need to.
Right?
Oh,
My nose is my best feature.
maybe they didn't stretch it. Maybe they just said, you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to slim down.
Right?
You gained weight during COVID. All right, that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's less stretching we have to do on your face.
Yeah, maybe that's not even CGI. Maybe
Right.
you know, like the machinist. He just did a lot of body modification to get ready for this role.
Just seeing his bare ass, like Jesus Christ.
He rebuilt me. Is that what happened? Okay.
I think it's rude that there were like maybe 2 aliens that I could identify, Cyclops and Goo person, and they killed the less cute one.
What about Good Place?
Oh, Cheaty?
Yeah.
The telepath, but he just looks human.
Yeah.
He does have a little bit of a glowy forehead going on.
And I do feel like they abandoned the telepath jokes, too early. I feel like we could have gone there could have been a lot more mileage there.
Yep.
But again, I don't know why he was in this movie.
Yeah, right. Like there's no need for a telepath. There's
Yep.
no use for him.
Nothing in this movie hinged on any of that.
Nope.
And even like none of the resistance fighters matter.
None.
Because the ants do the same job.
And I didn't care about it either. I cared more about the resistant fighter ships.
Oh yeah, they're house ships.
Because like, are those things alive? Oh, are your buildings not alive? Oh well. Now I'm upset that these house creatures are dying.
I guess I could have taken an explanation that like there's a lot of like trash from our world that just lands in this quantum universe. Like the reason there's people who look like humans is they just like got sucked in and fell down here. Right. And none of these are native to this quantum realm, but like others, they were banished or exiled or accidental in here and they're all stuck. I would have liked that explanation a little better than why they all kind of look vaguely human.
Multi-dimensional prison / trash planet.
Yeah.
Just like we had in Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey boys, there's some breaking news from Screen Rant. Julie just sent to me.
Oh?
RRR is coming back to theaters.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Can I see this in the IMAX? That's what I want.
I don't know. It's it looks like it's coming back for as part of a fan celebration,
Oh, Jesus.
there's going to be a special screening held on March 1st at the theater at Ace Hotel in Los Angeles.
Okay, that's not here.
With a composer and special guests. After that, RRR will roar into over 200 theaters across the United States on March 3rd.
Oh,
March 3rd, no!
so close.
What is going on March 3rd? Nothing. I got nothing going on.
If it's in a theater near here.
RRR in theater.
Yeah, I'm kind of skimming this article here to see if there's any other information, but I don't see anything. Apparently,
Well, we're close
Screen
enough.
Junkies have done an honest trailer for.
I feel like its original
RRR.
trailer was 100% honest.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this movie looks like it's got a lot of ridiculous action. And that's exactly what I got.
It's also a RRR fan celebration opens next Friday. Tell me when I can buy tickets. Notify me, please.
I mean, next Friday is the 3rd, so
I know. I know. I'm reading this on Fandango.
Oh well, you got to find out if it's anywhere around here.
The IMAX 2D experience. Well, whatever. I told it to notify me.
Fantastic.
I will buy some fucking tickets to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Shit, man. RR and IMAX?
Yeah, talk about spectacle. Yeah.
Right?
God, that tiger.
Right. Oh.
Oof.
Oh, him jumping out with the animals flying out all around. That's yeah.
Or as they lock hands under the bridge.
Oh, Jesus. So good.
Oh,
If Quantumania just cut in like 2-minute clips of RRR, it would have been a perfect movie. Instead of having Bill Murray get off the ship, they just hard cut to RRR.
I'm just waiting for Marvel to get to the point where they're like, we need to work with other people, and they hire the dude who made Kung Fury to make like an Ant-Man movie, or like Howard the Duck.
You know that's coming.
You know what? If they have him making it, I'll be there. Like, and have it shot and like the bad dubbing and everything, just like that.
I could watch a series where we only follow the normals who are adjacent to the heroes, like a Jimmy Woo episode.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be fun. A happy episode.
Yeah, it was weird that like we saw him for just a second. Like, hey, there's and he's gone.
The movie was already 2.5 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have room for.
It was 2:05. It was not
What?
2.5. It was only 2:05.
Oh shit! Well, it felt like a lot longer. And we had to have time for Bill Murray
Yeah.
to give us no additional exposition.
Yeah, but did you want more exposition? He'd probably just explain the multiverse more.
I mean, honestly, at that point, I kind of did because Michelle Pfeiffer had been telling me for an hour that she couldn't tell me anything.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm. Time's not right. I'll tell you in a bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you when we're in a time crunch. Why aren't you drinking in the ambiance of the quantum realm? Because I don't want to be here. None of this shit matters.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a place we'll never go again with people we'll never see again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The
Becca.
several Kangs at the end looked dumb, comma, I will probably watch Jonathan Majors do just about goddamn anything.
That is also true.
The stadium where he's in there howling, and you can just see that like every single different Kang he is having a blast being. I'm in for it. It's dumb, but I'm in for it.
It's dumb because why weren't there more of them that looked the same? There should have been more of them that looked the same instead of so very different. Like when we saw all the different Scotts, they were mostly all Ant-Man. And that made sense.
I mean, the Baskin Robbins one made no sense whatsoever.
But it was great.
But it was great. Which is also, I feel like, a central theme of this movie. Except for it being great. Never mind. Sorry. Pull it back from that.
Because if you wanted them all different, you could have done that too. You could have all of Paul Rudd's other characters from other movies be in there.
Oh, that would have been so good.
You know what? This movie was better than the last Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. That's a Doctor Strange bottom tier.
Yeah,
it's down there with Thor 2 and.
Do you know what I do like? I had not followed any of the DC shit because why? But like it is very clear that the Flash is trying to like get this multiverse thing. Like, let's get in there real quick. We'll get Michael Keaton to be Batman again. That'll be really cool.
Oh, this movie's been made for like 2 years. Yeah, they've had this movie's been like they shot this movie a long time ago.
Plus, they had to wait for that Ezra Miller buzz to die down.
I have a feeling they're just trying to not lose more money on that movie, and they're going to use it just to kill off all the Snyder bullshit, which is fine because I'm really sick of hearing the Snyder bros. I'm really sick of it.
I like Zack Snyder, and they're the worst. The DC movies have just been bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, Marvel's making money. We should make money too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you could be better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you've chosen to be worse.
Mm-hmm.
The first Wonder Woman movie was good.
Sure.
The second Suicide Squad movie was good.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I liked it. I liked it a whole lot better than the first one.
Oh yeah, but that's a real low bar.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Peacemaker was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shows have been fun. I also like Doom Patrol.
I like Doom Patrol and Titans.
Mm-hmm. You guys are fucking nerds. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Well, also true. You're not wrong. It was accurate. But like, man, all of these movies. Oof. Oof. I had such high hopes for the next Wonder Woman movie, and it was a mistake because the first one I really liked. So I thought maybe we'd get more really awesome things, but we did not.
Nope.
I thought, oh, what if you take something really awesome and you add Pedro Pascal? Somehow, they found a way to make this terrible.
He was the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
Him and the Serena Williams Wonder Woman commercial that was based on the opening sequence of the movie in the mall. That commercial was better than the movie.
So I'm guessing you guys had the same trailers I did. You saw the Flash trailer and the Guardians trailer. Did you see the Dungeons and Dragons movie trailer?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It looks like Guardians.
It looks like it's trying to like
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But I've been burned by D&D movies in the past.
Oh, buddy.
We'll talk about that. There's a sequence that I saw on like Facebook or maybe TikTok. I don't remember, but it's real short, and it is the most Dungeons and Dragons moment that I've seen in one of these movies. And it was, okay, so guys, we can only ask the corpse 5 questions before it goes away forever.
Mhm.
Have you seen the sequence?
No,
It's
I've just lived it.
it's yep, and it's exactly what you'd expect it to be.
No,
Oh.
is okay. So it's just my memories of when you and I we literally did that thing in our last
Yeah,
D&D
yeah,
campaign.
yeah. Where like one of the characters is like, wait a minute, do you mean we can only ask you 5 questions? Yes, that's one of the questions. Would you stop asking questions? Yes. Like the sequence is like they get the first question out, and then the rest of it is just, would you stop phrasing things as questions? Yes. Like the corpse keeps answering and then just collapses. I was like, I saw that and I'm like, all right. Like I wasn't in for this movie before, but that was really good because I have vivid memories of things like that happening.
Yeah, like if there isn't a complicated calendaring scene.
Right.
They need a hallway full of doors. It's going to take a half an hour per door.
Yep. Yep.
All right. DC animated movies are great.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yes, everyone's been burned by D&D movies. That is true, Becca.
right. So I'm trying to manage my expectations. Because
I'm not a Chris Pine fan either. So like
Oh,
that makes it a harder sell for me.
I mean, not with those eyes, man.
I just don't think he's a great actor.
Probably because
I-
he isn't.
Hmm. I thought he did, and so in the first Star Trek, I thought he did fine.
He did fine. Like
Mhm.
the one thing about that first Star Trek movie was after seeing that, I understood how James T. Kirk got the job, continued to have the job,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of was the way he was. Like I never got that from the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just seemed like an ass.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave it a better reason for it.
Mm-hmm. Whew. But I didn't really care for that movie or the next one very well. The second one I thought was just terrible.
I like the third one.
Wait, there's a third one?
Yeah, what's the third one?
Wasn't there a third one?
No, I think that was just Star Wars again.
Oh, there was a third one.
Was there a third one?
Pretty sure.
There's a second one that has Spock in it, and it's like that, right?
I thought the first one was the one with old Spock.
Yes. Old Spock is in the first one.
Yeah. So there was Star Trek Into Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond.
Oh no.
Beyond, I liked Beyond.
Which one's Beyond? What did they do?
Oh
Oh wait, I remember that they crashed the ship. There's a whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. A lot
I
of
like that
action
one.
sequences.
Yep.
Well, it's a super memorable. I'm glad they did that.
We have a good cast for that. It was nice.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Now I remember.
I'm
that
not a
third
big
one.
Trekkie though. I mean, just in general, I'm not. I've watched the movies.
Mhm.
I enjoyed quite a bit of Deep Space Nine.
Mhm.
I had a hard time getting into The Next Generation as it aired, just because I had a couple of my roommates were into it and they watched it. I'm like, I don't know. This has the same problems that I had with the original series, where there's no interpersonal conflict on the ship.
Mhm.
And
Which
then
I
when they
think can
started,
be fine.
it can be. It just like every conflict was external, and it was like there's this many people doing this, even in an organized military, ish kind of group. Like that, not everybody's going to get along. It's just not going to happen.
Especially not with Will Wheaton there.
Oh my god, fuck
Fucking
that guy.
Will Wheaton.
Fuck Will Wheaton. God damn it.
That guy sucks.
Will Wheaton is MODOK in real life.
Oh no.
Like I forget that he exists until his presence is reminded to me, and it's like, god damn it. I hate this life all over again because he exists. Like I like John Scalzi novels, but fuck, he keeps hiring Will Wheaton to
Oh, I
or
know.
somebody keeps hiring Will Wheaton to read his books.
Oh.
It's like, god damn it, stop doing that.
No, I think they're friends in real life because Scalzi's been on his like podcast, his tabletop gaming
Well,
YouTube
then it's
thing.
Scalzi's fault. So
Oh, actually, that's actually where my grudge with Will Wheaton starts.
The tabletop.
Because like he submitted his tabletop thing as like best podcast of the Ennies like 11, 12 years ago when that shit mattered to me. And then they gave him one, even though it wasn't a fucking podcast, just because they were like celeb chasing. It was really.
That's rude.
I hold on to my grudges for a long, long time.
I just don't find him sincere.
Mm.
His geekery does not feel sincere. He is the fake gamer girl of.
He is the Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the Big Bang Theory.
Yep. You are correct. Yep.
And then he's in that show as himself.
What did Claire told me something. He's slappable. He's just this guy has a slappable face.
Yes.
That holds.
That's right. That is correct.
Kind of like Colin Jost's memoir is a very punchable face.
Nice.
He doesn't have a oh wait, no, I'm thinking somewhere else. Never mind. He does.
Yeah. So German, I'm sure there is.
Yep.
Those Germans have a very particular range of emotions that they can express in language. And it makes a lot of sense when you look at their history.
They've got some really great words.
Mm-hmm.
They have a word for people who get on the Autobahn driving the wrong way to commit suicide.
Mm. Well, that seems rude.
Yeah.
Why does it happen often enough for? That seems like just a weird way to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it requires you to take someone with you.
Yeah.
Rude.
It requires a lot of you gotta leave your house.
Just like. Well, I remember there's a thing in the past that I had read about. So a medieval sort of German thing where German women who wanted to commit suicide would instead like murder a child because the penalty of that is death, but they have enough time to confess their sins before then. So they go to heaven. And the kid's in a state of grace, so they get to go to heaven too. So it's a wash.
Wow.
So the church had to do some proclamation, be like, nah, we won't accept confession if this is what's happened, to get women to stop murdering children.
Listen, man, the math checks out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well,
when you make up a system of morality and heaven, like you gotta, someone's gonna game the system. Someone's gonna min-max the system.
Leave it to the Germans to figure that efficiency route.
They have a word called Weltschmerz. The literal translation is world pain.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's that feeling that life is just like, I just don't want to be in this world anymore.
I feel like that's the original definition of agony, just the pain of existence.
Yeah, it's the literal concept describing the feeling experienced by an individual who believes that reality can never satisfy the expectations of the mind, resulting in, quote, a mood weariness or sadness about life arising from the acute awareness of evil and suffering.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. Ooh. What? Oh, it's
Oh
Japanese.
wow! Oh man, that's
Lonely mouth.
rude. That's just rude.
Kuchisabishi.
But much like the Hulk, I'm always bored.
Mm,
What's your secret? I'm always bored.
Mhm. I guess that's why I'm always eating too.
mm.
Mouth forever lonely.
ABE, always be eating.
ABE gets in the way of ABC.
That's why I feel like pistachios are the best nut because they give me a lot to do to get each one.
Got to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like pistachios, so that doesn't really work for me.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right,
mean,
I got
could do the same with a peanut, I guess.
peanut will kill me, Tony.
Mm.
It
And yet
won't
you
kill
love peanut butter.
me. I know, I love it.
Really?
I feel like we need to science this out. I
Awesome.
mean, I feel like a lot of nuts are, though.
Nuts on fire.
Yeah, you got fire nuts. You need to see a medical professional.
Mm-hmm.
Stat.
I'll check with my home health nurse.
Nuts on Fire sounds like an Adam Levine song.
These
kind of
nuts
also-
are on fire.
Also, kind of how he sings too.
When we were down at Mardi Gras, we met up with like Ashley and her mom, and I was telling her mom, I was like, I brought a medical professional with me. So basically, anything I do today is sanctioned by a medical professional.
I was advised by a doctor to do this. So.
Yep.
Sure. Yep. All right. Let's call this a night. We'll see you guys next week for a double header of Tar and My Year of Dick. I think that's the title of it.
Mhm.
If not, that should have been the title because that is really what it is.
Nice. All right. Sounds good to me.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.